Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes.
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the
darkness.
hole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry. So a very good evening to you out there, and welcome to the Property Hour Show live on Starr Radio UK, and this and every Thursday from the hours of 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and tonight it's another night that you don't want to miss. It's a very good topic that you need to know. You need to connect. You need to make sure that possibly I might have to say that you have to get your notepads and all the pads and iPads and whatever pad you've got, but hey, get a pen and paper and get yourself ready to learn. There's a lot for us to share tonight. I believe that you are going to be inspired, you're going to be revived, you're going to learn a lot and get yourself back. If you're looking to get into the property industry, it's a good point, good source. If you're looking also to start the journey, hey, it's a good start as well. If you're already part of the journey, then let me encourage you to say that, hey, good news for you, because as the experts always say, there's no better time for you to buy than now. So you heard it, and I believe that you will take action. So we're ready to roll. I believe that my very special guest, my triple VIP guest, none other than Mr. William P.W. Omony, and he is joining me via Skype. William?
Hello.
Right, William, I believe your camera, it looks like your camera is off.
Is it?
Yes.
Actually, I can see myself.
Oh, but you can see yourself by yourself, or what? I don't know, but I cannot see you, and I don't know if our viewers can see you as well.
I don't know how I can get it going though.
Right. Oh, okay. So, have you clicked on the camera sign and
camera
on the Skype?
Yes, I did. Okay, you know what? Let me just try doing it again.
Okay. Okay, please do. And so tonight, hey, we are sponsored by Keris Furniture. That is KHARIS Furniture, based in Atlanta, Georgia. And also, you know what? The good news about Keris Furniture is the fact that they are they've already started the Christmas sale is on, so you have no choice than to take advantage of that 15% guaranteed if you mention you heard the advert from Star Radio UK or the Property Hour show. Then hey, you're in good books, you're ready to roll to get your 15%. And the good news about Keris is that they deliver to your doorstep no matter where you are on the planet, from the North Pole to the South Pole, from Belgrade to Bulgaria to Bogota to Moscow to Caracas. They will deliver to your doorstep. So look no further. Make sure it is Keris when you're looking to decorate everything that's got to do with interior decor and furnishing your home or your hotel or any commercial property. It has got to do with Keris Furniture. And also Mayor Associate, they're a property management company based in Ghana. If you're looking to build your next undertake your next project, whether it's private or commercial, look no further. In the nation of Ghana, there's one name that stands out, and that is Mayor Associate. They will help you from conception to completion and make sure that you are satisfied with what you've been dreaming of. So look no further, and you will at the end of the program we'll connect you to as to how you can connect with them. And also we're sponsored by M&M. Wow, they design amazing flyers and all that is got to do with the printing designs. It's got to do with M&M. It's quite interesting, isn't it? And they will deliver. They're a global company based in Ghana, but their prices are very competitive. Unique, outstanding works. That is what these guys are out there, and that is what they do. And so look no further. If you're looking for your next design or pull-up banners, whatever you are looking to do, please look no further and connect with M&M. And last but not the least, hey, is CIG Properties. CIG Properties, they are the name to reckon, the company to look for when you're looking for property investment. If you're looking to invest in the UK or in Africa, in terms of properties, I beg your pardon. Please do not look any further, but make sure it has got to do with you connect with CIG Properties. These guys have been around for some time. They know what you're doing. They are professionals. And if you're looking to buy or sell, mortgage or anything that's got to do with mortgage, they've got some experienced mortgage brokers that you can connect with them. So CIG Properties, the way forward for your property to be looked after, or if you want to invest. So we are going to dive into okay, are you is your camera turned on?
I frankly have no idea why it's doing this.
Wow. I don't know if it's trying to try us or what. Okay, if it's turned on, I would have seen it here. Unless
is it on?
Come again? I still cannot see you. Let me see. No, I can't find you. No. So okay, what I'll do is quickly we'll take a quick break, and when we come back. Just 2 minutes. We'll be back, and then we'll get rolling. Get the ball rolling. It's going to be good. Don't tap that down. We'll be back to you shortly. Thank you. And let me see. Okay. Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes.
How do you get the energy to do
I've been
that?
told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of digging the hole of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world in a just. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Listen to Aunties Mary, Lottie and Regina on the Family Enrichment Programme on Starr Radio UK. This and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Some people are wicked because don't make it your business going about revealing
people's secrets. Don't be a busybody.
And some people. Today's typical family is under pressure from various directions. Divorce is on the increase. More and more of the Afro-Caribbean youth are taking to crime, etc. The Family Enrichment Program brings together a team of qualified experts to discuss and shed light on how we can make our families better and stronger. It is said the family can do without the society, but the society can't. Listen to the Family Enrichment Program this and every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, your favourite Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Hello, good people. I'm back again, and this time it's about Mama's Choice Fufu Mix. It comes in 2 flavors and it contains essential minerals and vitamins. It's gluten free. You can grab one from the nearest Afro-Caribbean shop or the corner shop next to you. Insist it's Mama's Choice. It's certified by both the US and the UK Food Standard Boards. Grab one for yourself today. Mama's Choice. Charlie.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Vicky Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about Sendwave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Okay, so welcome back to the Property Hour Show live on Star Radio UK. We've been trying to make sure that our very special guest, Mr. William P.W. Omony, we can see his handsome video face, and the technology is trying to challenge us, but hey, we can't be challenged. So William, possibly today we might do with your voice for now because of time. So William, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what I was saying is that possibly we will have to do with without your face tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the time as well. So I'm so sorry, but we can dive in.
It's all right. It's okay.
Okay, and thank you so much for joining us once again. We appreciate your time and also the opportunity to share your experience with us. It's a good thing, and we highly appreciate. Thank you.
No problem. Not a problem at all.
Okay, wonderful. So tonight he's the man. That's PWO Finance. He's a director and also a director for a Proactive Consult as well. And he's going to talk a little bit about that. But before that, William, for the sake of our first timers that are watching us and viewing, if you want to give us a little bit of your background, how you got into the whole journey of property, please.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. It's been quite a roller coaster. I think all my life I've been doing properties. Only that it's been in different sectors. Right in Africa, at home we used to build, like, together with my dad, look around how to build a house. So it's a journey that started when I was young. Then moving over to the UK, I came in as a student to actually study accounting, as in professional accountancy.
Yeah.
At the same time, when I was actually taking a master's degree in financial services. So upon graduation with an MBA in financial services,
right,
I was given a job in a small accountancy firm in that's Kent, almost the border of Kent and London.
Right.
For a couple of years as literally managing the tax portfolio and being also like the wealth manager.
Okay.
As advising a lot of property clients on taxation, on financing, on how they can make their businesses more efficient.
Sure.
So the time came a couple of years down the line, and they were like, let me say, I done what I had to do, and my managers were really, really glad that we turned around, a small farm into something that would actually, hit together with the big fours. It was a move from the basic compliance that most accountants kind of tend to focus on to advisory. And with it came a lot of riches in learning and education. So upon spending, I think, 3 years as the head of taxation at my peak, and that's when together with managers like William, you are a great guy. I'll always have room for you if in any case you want to stay. But if you decide to walk away and start something for yourself, you really appreciate that. So that actually moved over results, which before we're looking at basic advisory, but with time, I realized that there was actually more opportunity to help property investors and property developers.
Yeah.
Especially in the angle of looking at how they structure their ownership, how finance, and how they shouldn't only stop at the assets that they purchase. Say, in most cases, some people find themselves without knowing what that maybe even they're going to be buying. So when you find yourself one, do you stop there and say, all right, I'm earning say £1,000 a month from this property, or £1,000 a month? Do I stop here since I have a job, or I already have some other income? Or do you dig and say, all right, this is the start. The hill is still long enough, and they get to stop. Yeah. So in effect, I look at the whole journey as a journey that I've very much been the property market. To the extent that right now, if anybody asks me,
William,
choice, yeah.
I think your sound, I don't know if it's a network, but it keeps, it's not stable.
Okay. How about now?
It's much better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all I was saying was that my whole journey seems to be a journey of very much somebody who was almost like destined for the property market. Because
were you born with it?
Well, I think I can speak for certain that almost more than 90% of Africans are born either a piece of land that they can very much call home, or at least because of the communal nature of ownership, they have something that they can call theirs, no matter what kind of society you come from.
Yeah.
So, as very much the kind of guy who appreciated land and what can be done with them. So that has given me a little bit of a different dimension on how to think about it. Now, coupled with the training and the work experience in property finance, in property tax advisory, I do believe this has been a beautiful journey. But I can't say this is the hilltop. We've actually just started scaling, should I say, the base of the mountain. Hopefully, we can help as many people as possible and grab many hands with who can walk to the highest peak.
Okay, super. Great stuff. And thank you for giving us that background. From today, I know that one way or the other, you were born with it. You were destined, as you used destined, but I'll use you were born with it. So, so we can move on from there. But thank you for giving us that background. Awesome. Our topic for tonight: property ownership.
Yes.
Then we can and finance. Are they related or they are separate entities?
Okay, I think they are very much related, but the only difference is in the perspective and where one is located.
Okay.
I'll start it from a traditional perspective. Say a young man born in Africa, they'll definitely have what we call a communal land. Yeah. So in that case, the issue of finance will be on how can I develop this piece of land, or how can I make the land productive. So that could be farming, that could be building a couple of properties on it, or even on the far side, you could think letting it out or leasing it out, for years. Then if you look at Europe and probably the US, let me say the US and say Australia and all the others, they are very much the English system of a little bit different, but it's not so different, where land is about how much you acquire, then acquire, the next thing is how do you develop it, then based on that you look at what the value will be post land development, whether it is agriculture or building or infrastructure. The idea behind it is still the same. So where does ownership fit in for this? I would say I don't know if it's a point where I should compare Africa and here, but and Europe, and then probably Canada and the US.
Right.
I would say let's focus on ownership by perspective that what does it really mean? In most cases, for many people, ownership is about is my name on the paperwork.
Yeah.
If you're speaking about the developed world, but way down in Africa, if your grandfather and your great grandfather, probably if you can trace back 3-4 generations and say this is where my grandfather was buried and this is where he lived, then that is definitely going to be your land.
Yeah.
And the more you can lay such a claim, the more the community will also respect it and say, hey, look, yes, that is true. His grandfather here, his father lived here, his great-grandfather also lived here. All of them were just buried nearby, so definitely it's theirs. However, if you come to the United States, even the UK and Canada, and most of the let me say, European and European-led kind of ownership, it's about, first of all, there are two connotations to ownership. We look at legally, in other words, whose name is on the title deed. That's the first question. Then the next question is, if, say, maybe on the title deed we have Vicky Newton, then the fact that Vicky Newton is on the title deed does not mean that Vicky Newton owns it. The next question that will come on or after that we have identified who is the title deed will be who is the beneficial owner. In most cases, the beneficial owner is also the legal owner, but that is always not the case. Sometimes you'll find the beneficial owner is different from the legal owner. So in which case, whom do you consider to be the real owner? If you court, the person who is on the title deed can very much choose to say, hey, look, you are coming, say, if they're coming after him for taxes, saying that, look, your name is on this property, you've been earning a lot of money from it, but you filing tax returns against this. So the question will be, why is that so? If it is in court, this guy may say, hey, look, yes, my name is on the title deed, but frankly, I'm not the owner of this property. This property belongs to Vicky Newton owns it, but actually it belongs to my friend Bossman. And Bossman has been filing tax returns showing the income. You check his personal tax returns and you'll find it there. And if Vicky can actually bring that kind of documentation, then straight away say, yes, the property actually belongs, as in the beneficial ownership, it belongs to Bossman. And as such, you can proceed against Vicky for the income of that property. However, legally, the property is still Vicky's. Now, when exactly that happens is very much dependent on advantage. If it is the Vicky's advantage to say that, look, this property is mine, she's likely going to say, yes, the property is mine, especially, okay, now this is where the issue of finance comes in. So if Vicky wanted to pick up finance, say, borrow money from William, who says he has 100 grand and can give Vicky, if the value of that property is around $1 million. Now, if Vicky came with the title deed, that showed that, yes, Vicky is actually the legal owner. Very much, I'll be very happy to provide money to Vicky, the 100 grand. And she walks away very happy, and all of us walk away very well without any problem. Now, this is the tricky bit, So when do we get to dispute the issue between the legal owner and the beneficial owner? It's purely from a perspective when somebody is working and what events are triggering the dispute as to who should actually carry a certain liability or obligation. Now, it's not a clear-cut question as to when we should assign which liabilities and obligations to which owners, but in general principle, there's always courts take a very, very strict test to find out where the liability is supposed to be placed. In most cases, it will be taken by the legal owner. But where the legal owner clearly can demonstrate that, look, the property does not belong to them, and as it belongs to the beneficial owner, then they are exonerated of all liabilities that actually that asset.
Okay. I mean, some part of the answers, as I said earlier on, it was your voice was dipping and back and forth, but I believe that, yeah, I think the reception is a bit not too good.
I should push closer to the mouthpiece.
That I think will be quite helpful. So and giving an explanation of how, let's say, in terms of land ownership in Africa, as you explained, and also comparing it to the Western world, the difference is that if I understood, the difference is that in the UK or in the Western world, basically you need to be fully you have to have the documentation in place, and that is where you will have the authority to beat your chest and say that you own it.
Yes, and by the way, okay, having the documentation alone, saying that so and so is the owner is sometimes is not good enough. Okay, let's say, Bossman. Okay, in your case, you're now married. Let's assume you're not yet married. Yeah. Then you decided to buy a property, but because you're still a young man, you presume that, look, soon I'll get married, and I'm not so sure the person I'll end up falling in love with, the lady, will be the person that I'll actually stay with for the rest of my life. So if 1 year down the road she says, look, Bossman, I thought I loved you, but I don't, as such I'm walking away, if that happens, in most cases you'll find that you'll have to actually share your property 50-50. Yeah. Now, if you're trying to say, look, I have to avoid that risk early, what you can do is have your friend take the legal ownership of the property. Then you sign on the back of it what we call a trust deed. So it's effectively a contract that says that, look, yes, I am, say, Vicky Newton, a friend of Bossman, and from now on, I'm actually, helping to take care of Bossman's property on his behalf, and I'll manage it and do everything that I can to make sure that it's safe and all the value out of that property is protected.
Right.
Now, if such a contract did occur, then you actually went ahead and married, then exactly the things that you are fearing did happen. If the lady said, hey, look, Bossman, I know for sure that you have a property, and that is the property. I know it, and I know it for certain. You can very much say, yes, that property, I do, enjoy some of the, the benefits of being an owner, but legally, I am actually not the owner of that property. That property belongs to Vicky. You see it?
Right.
So much so that if you split, she will not reach and pick that property up, because the property is legally entrusted to Vicky, and only Vicky can decide what to do with it. So in that way, you get protected. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should, everybody should, should go and draft a contract at the back end and say, hey, look, I don't own this property, the property belongs to, and so this is a highly technical area that needs lawyers to actually draft the contract for it to stand the test of law.
Okay. that is fine, and I mean the legal side we can't dive into it into details of it, but one of the things, because of time, one of the things that I wanted to find out is, which I asked earlier on, is the fact that between the ownership and the finance, you said possibly they are interrelated, or they are related, or
Yes, they are.
they are more like neighbors, if I can put
Yes.
it that way. So
Yes.
where does the finance come in here?
Okay. Whoever has the legal title
Yeah.
becomes the person who can play around with the risks and rewards of ownership.
Mm-hmm.
That is finance. So if say maybe in the scenario where you actually bought a property but bought it in Vicky's name and entrusted it to Vicky, if in any case you want to borrow money from it,
Yeah.
you personally cannot, but Vicky can, even if you own it. So in which case you're a little bit handicapped as to what you can do if you want to take money from the property, or if you want to use that to invest in more. Vicky has to give you that permission before you actually go ahead and do what you have to do.
Okay.
But let's look at it from a mortgage perspective. The legal owner can very much go to the banks and sign, or any amount of loan that they want to sign off at any time. But if there is a trust deed behind, they have to do that in the best interest of the person who is actually the beneficial owner, which in this case is you. If in any case they did anything otherwise, that would be a breach of the contractual obligations. So to some extent you are protected. But let's look at it from the you have the title deed having the name of the legal. But when they are going to get a mortgage, you have another contract called the mortgage deed. That mortgage deed will have the legal names of legal owner of the property, not the beneficial owner. Despite the fact that in the back end, because the trust is a private document, won't be reflected on mortgage. But at the same time, I'll put a word of caution and probably a disclaimer that most banks these days will actually ask that, is there anything like that in the back end? And if there is, it's not that they won't lend, it's just that some banks have started asking questions as to how are they structured. If there is a trust behind, they'll want to know. If it is a very complex structure, most banks will say, hey, look, can't do this. But if it is a basic structure, like, for example, you're buying and only protecting from the risk of, like, divorce, death, then any problems to yourself as to, income and so on, they'll be very happy to misunderstand and that deal. As in, help to lend.
Okay. Go on, please.
Like you said, they have brothers and sisters. Finance goes straight away with ownership.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe just so that we are clear, what do we mean by ownership? Ownership is just as to what exactly, which entity or how you want to own it. You can own it in your individual name. You can own it in a company. You can own it in a trust. You can own properties in a partnership. You can own it in a joint venture. You can have complex structures where you have 3-4 companies, some even based like overseas or in Africa, and end up with a company in the UK. So there'll always be a lot of different structures based on what somebody wants to achieve.
Okay. And I have a question here. I know we've got like 10 minutes to wrap up now, but I have a question from one of our listeners on our WhatsApp. Yes. So he says, what is the difference between a company ownership and a family ownership where individuals come together to own a property. I believe what is that's
yeah. That's an interesting question. Thanks a lot for it. It very much clarifies what I was trying to actually explain in the last statement that I made.
Right.
The only serious difference here is that in one point you have a company owning the property, while on the other hand you have individuals owning the company directly.
Okay.
Now, one is a one-tier where people owning the property directly, while the other is first of all individuals, then own shares in the company, then that company ends up owning the property. So in other words, the title deed and the mortgage deed of the property will be in the name of the company, not in the name of the individuals. While on the other side, where the family is owning directly, it will be the family's name that appears on the title deed and the mortgage deed.
So if they are, sorry to cut in, so if they are a family of 5 people, all the 5, their names will be on there.
That's if they want to. But if they don't want, they can very much even have it as a partnership. As in all of them form a partnership, then that partnership ends up buying the property, and as such having, let's say, Bossman, you have 2 sisters and 3 brothers, and your mom and dad. So that's around, I don't know, 6 to 8 people.
Yeah.
If you have those 8 people, having all of you guys at one time to sign documents may become so much of a burden. So you will choose and say, you guys, look, why don't we form a partnership?
Yeah.
And then one person becomes like, the managing partner, and as such, that person signs all documents on our behalf. Then, in which case, if there is anything, that person becomes the face of the family. I'm just looking at it from an efficiency perspective. But if in any case you say, hey, look, Bossman, my brother when I was a kid was a guy who wasn't so much trusted.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can entrust him with everything. So all of us have to be the face of the, of the business.
Of the business.
Then all will actually be signatories. That's if in any case you can all sign the documents at any one time. Now that is different, the company, in that, okay, probably I should first get back to this family. But when it's a family and there's a risk that happens, there may be fire. Let's say you rented out the property and the insurance wasn't good enough to cover everything, the liabilities that arose out of the property that did burn down. If there is over and above amount of money that is required to be paid as compensation, then they proceed against you family members personally. Now, if you did invest as a company, as in your family owned shares in the company, then that company invested in it, no liability is only limited to the shares that you contribute. Let's say if it was £100, that was the share capital of that company. So your liability over and above what has been insured will be only the £100 that you guys pay as the share capital of the company. Anything more than that will not stand the test. So look, either way, there are benefits and there are disadvantages. Now,
hello.
Sorry. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think we lost you for a second or so.
Yeah. Okay. So if you invest through a corporate entity, you are protected first of all from excessive liabilities that may arise out of a risk crystallizing. Say fire burns down or the building collapses and your insurance is not able to cover. You will be only limited to the portion of the shareholding that you guys agreed to at the time when you're opening the company, as in forming the company. Now, the advantage, in this case, I will look at UK as the jurisdiction, is that if in any case you buy in a company, then things like taxation, you have actually a tax advantage to invest through a company, because then you get to offset all your mortgages, all your mortgage expenses, and at the same time, companies are paying a lower tax rate in terms of taxes compared to individuals. Now, the beauty of it is that if you have, say, 5-10 individuals ganged up together, then you can very much kind of split it even amongst you. Now, that becomes an advantage.
Split the
total income.
Okay. Which get the tax to go down.
Now, the disadvantage here is that in most cases, when you find a family which has disposable income enough to actually buy a property, they are also in the same group of people who will be earning a lot of money that say it will put them straight away in the higher rate tax band, which in itself becomes a disadvantage. Leave alone that you can't offset all your mortgage expenses as tax allowable expenses. So at the end of the day, it becomes a burden.
Okay.
The beauty of it is that if you look at it from a finance perspective, because you have so much money and so much income, then almost every bank wants to lend to you. But still, why don't you go through a company? Because still, the banks will be happy to see who are behind the company, as in the shareholders and directors. And as in any case, there's a lot of assets under management and a lot of income. They'll be very happy to lend you at a very, very high rate with low interest costs.
Okay. I believe that there's more to talk about, and also because some of the things that you've shared, it's an eye-opener with regards to the question that Emmanuel sent through, asking about the company versus the family. There's more to it, and you've also shed light on if they are individuals, which I think in the end, or majority of the time, there's more for the group of people to be able to make in terms of impact, but we struggle in that area. But I'm so sorry, our time is up, but then before you leave us, just in 1 minute, if you can just advise our listeners and viewers with regards to land ownership and finance, if you can do that.
No problem. Just quickly, there's a good word that I always use.
Okay.
Risk approach to ownership. That is if anybody can master that, then it is the best way out. Before you buy, ask yourself, right now in my position, where do I stand? For example, am I married? How long do I expect to live? Do I have a stable income? Then what risks can happen if I divorced, or if somebody knocked me down somewhere along the road, or if there's say if I fell sick and I can't do anything more, where do I stand in that? And if you can master those risks, then you can say, all right, what can I do to make sure that if these things happen, then the implications, as in what arises out of the risk crystallizing, is really, really low and of low impact. Immediately you can do those two things, then you can very much choose for yourself which route to take on what kind of ownership. The mistake that most people do is just to say, hey, look, I have money and I like that property, I'm going to buy it. Straight away they'll just buy it in their name. That just, it's not prudent. It's just not prudent. It may be a good thing, but it's not prudent. It's not wise at all. You have to look beyond just, I want to buy, let me buy it because I have the money. That's wrong.
Okay. I like the last bit, the last sentence. Because they just want to buy in their name. There's a sense of pride that comes with that as well.
I'm an African.
Yeah, shoulders will be raised, and people will be like, "This is my property."
Yeah.
When
you're passing by with your friends, you also want to point at and say, "Hey, Bossman, see that property? It belongs to."
Yeah.
Find it. It's not very wise. Not very wise.
I think one of these days we'll discuss that further in terms of group ownership or company ownership. I think we might have to dive into that as well. But thank you so much, Mr. Omony, for educating us on ownership and finance. I know we're time pressed and we didn't give you enough time to break some of the things down, but we're so grateful. We'll visit this particular topic and even go further into details one of these days. But thank you so much. And how can people contact you? I know you into mortgages and also you finance as well. So how do people connect with you?
Anytime, just ring me. My number is actually on the Starr Radio property. I think probably how I show. Then you can reach us on Proactive Consults. That's Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, even on Google. We actually have a basic account that we should soon I think update so that people can know that we are actually still active. Okay. But on the plus side, just feel free to drop me a message anytime on social media or directly on William.
Okay. Okay. I think I think I nearly forgot something very, very important and very good news. Let me say that congratulations to my co-host, Mrs. Vicky Newton Kumi, on your you've been selected to represent the Labour Party for your area, that's New Addington area, and so congratulations to you. We from the management of Starr Radio UK and the Property Hour Show, we're so excited for you, and we know you go far and further and make us all proud. We are solidly behind you. Congratulations. And you see, you've taken leave for far too long. you whether you like it or believe it or not, you come and spend that time that you've been on it.
Representative, a wonderful representative.
That is true. That is true, and we're so proud of you. So, congratulations once again. But hey, listeners, so soon, too soon, we have to bring the curtains down on the program tonight. It's been awesome. It's been good. If you want to connect with Mr. William P.W. Omony, you can connect via these numbers: 0208 133 2257 or 0208 133 2258, and we'll be more than happy. Or send us a message on all our social media channels, and we'll be able to connect you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. But hey, join me this Sunday at 5 p.m. on Faith Talk, where we're going to talk about your food, your health, and healing. My very special guest, Mr. Nana Obin Mayarsa. He is all the way from the United States of America. He's a clinician and also a nutritionist as well, that you need to make a date with. That is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Thank you. God bless. No stress, nothing less. And thank you to our sponsors, CIG Properties, www.cigpropertyuk.com, and also M&M Concept, amazing company. You have to connect with these guys. They know what they're about. Global company based in Ghana, competitive prices, amazing customer care. You know what? You've got to connect with them. Let them do the business for you. All kinds of designs and print works, banners, everything, t-shirts, merchandise, they'll be able to design and print for you to your doorstep. And also Keris Furniture, hey, the Christmas sale is on. Get in contact with them on Instagram and on Facebook. Keris is Kharis on Instagram and also Facebook, and Keris Furniture will give you a discount of 15% for the Christmas sale, and they can deliver to your doorstep anywhere in the world. Deliver to your doorstep. Last but not the least, it's May Associate. Hey, May Associate, the company, project management company based in Ghana. Your housing project, look no further. You might have burned your fingers with other people, but hey, friends and family, but these guys are professionals that will take from conception to completion and do a good job for you, and they are trustworthy. They will make sure they are accountable to you. Thank you for tonight, for making the time to join us. You can replay on Facebook. Thank you all. Apostle Robert Asari, thank you so much, and all our viewers across the globe. Thank you. Have a good night, and I'll say God bless, no stress, nothing less. I'll catch you on Sunday, and let me see. There's they improve. Voices of Esther, pastors, wives, and women in ministry improve conference. Wow, you don't want to miss this. 19th and 20th of November. It's on live. Amazing. From that's Reverend, Her Excellency Reverend Doreen Carter. She is the host, and one of the key speakers is Her Excellency Dr. Lillian Achum. You don't want to miss this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a blast. It's on your screen. Make a date with them via Zoom and also Facebook Live and YouTube as well. All the channels, and you don't want to miss it. Thank you. Good night and have a blessed night. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are so excited. All right, so let me see what we can do here.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Call the studio on 0208-133-2257 or 58. Even if you want to WhatsApp, if you're calling from anywhere in the world, it's 075-3966-1744. You can log on at www.starradiouk.com.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.